What's up? It's Susie from Hey Grill Hey, and I'm here with Kingsford and Char-Griller to bring you BBQ 101. Today we're going to be talking about the basics of what makes barbecue, and that is wood smoke. First, you want to start out with good quality charcoal like Kingsford Original. These briquettes really give you a base of heat to build that smoky flavor into your food. In addition to the heat provided by your charcoal, you're going to be adding in real hardwood, and it comes in several different forms. You're gonna see wood chips. These provide a really strong burst of smoky flavor. It's great if you need to add quick smoke to something that you're cooking at higher temperatures. The second type of wood that you're going to commonly see are wood chunks. I think wood chunks are a great option for most backyard offset smokers. They don't cause a ton of temperature fluctuations in your grill as they ignite. They give you a nice, clean burn, great smoke flavor, and you don't have to add them as frequently as you do chips. The last thing that you're going to see, which is less common, are wood splits. Wood splits are typically used in larger smokers. They tend to cause temperature fluctuations as they catch, so you're gonna see your temperatures rise as they ignite and then drop back down as they settle into producing really clean smoke for your smoker. Now you know what type of wood you want to use, let's talk about flavor varieties. And I say flavor varieties not because you're going to be eating the wood, but because the wood smoke generated by different types of wood actually produces a different flavor in your final product. I like to treat the wood that I pick for my barbecue the same way I would treat any other ingredient because it does have a unique flavor profile. Fruit woods tend to pull a little bit lighter and sweeter, things like apples and cherries. I keep those for pork, for seafood. That light color is really a fantastic addition, and it doesn't overwhelm the meat itself. A heavier, more hearty traditional wood would be hickory or oak. Those are great for things like briskets or bigger cuts that can really handle quite a bit of smoke flavor. The last variety, which is common in certain regions of the United States, is mesquite. And that is what I would call the boldest of the backyard woods. It lends a really strong, really almost aggressive wood smoke flavor. So if you're somebody that appreciates a really bold, strong smoke flavor, mesquite might be a great option for you. I also like to have a lot of fun with the wood that I'm using in my backyard, and I'll actually mix different flavors together. My favorite combination is oak and cherry. I get that light fruity wood smoke flavor. It gives me a beautiful mahogany bark with that bright red color. And then oak delivers that solid, classic barbecue smoky flavor. Now let's talk about what type of smoke to look for. You've probably heard the term thin blue smoke. And that's what happens when your wood has reached this peak point of combustion. It's not in the beginning phases where it's igniting and it hasn't fully extinguished, but it's this sweet spot in the middle where your wood is burning clean and it is releasing just thin, wispy wafts of smoke that when you look at them against the horizon, it really is this light blue, almost silvery color. That's exactly the type of smoke that you want when you're cooking barbecue. It's gonna deliver the cleanest flavor, a nice light wood smoke, and it's not gonna be too heavy. If your wood smoke is really thick and white or gray, even pulling towards a dark gray, you're going to get a very aggressive smoke flavor. Some people describe it as bitter or acrid. It's a much heavier smoke, and it typically happens at the beginning phases of combustion. When your wood is just starting to catch, it's gonna billow, it's gonna puff, and it's gonna look white and thick and heavy. Wait until that dies down, your wood is fully ignited, and then put your meat on the smoker. You'll get that beautiful, clean smoke flavor that you're looking for. One last note about smoke. Most of the flavor that you're going to be giving your food throughout the smoking process is going to happen during the first portion of your cook. So really focus on that clean blue smoke in the early hours of your long smokes because that's when it's really gonna make the biggest impact. You reach a certain point throughout the cooking process where you're not really adding additional smoke flavor. So at that point, you can transition to focusing more on maintaining the temperatures, maintaining your fire, checking the internal temperature of your food, and making sure that your cook is progressing the way that you want it to. One of my favorite parts of my personal barbecue journey has been the process of learning what types of wood smoke that I like to use, what types of wood work best in what types of smokers. It's all kind of this game of experiment, take notes, learn from the previous cook, and apply it to the next one. That is totally true with the type of wood that you're using, the flavors of wood that you like. Experiment. There are so many awesome types of wood available that you can order online or find in your local hardware store. You have no excuse. Grab something new, cook something different, try a flavor that you haven't tried before, and you'll be busting out pro level barbecue in your very own backyard in no time.